I'm Matilda and this is how I do poly relationships.
I had the great pleasure of spending some time with happy, energy-filled Matilda in a park in our mutual home city, Gothenburg.
My name is Matilda. I identify as poly and also queer.
Poly isn't anything I've really covered on the channel before, but don't worry, Matilda will break down what being poly means to her. And as usual, bear in mind that this is Matilda's experience and she does not speak for everyone within the poly community.
Poly to me means that I can have different relationships and that they can be kind of flowing. That sometimes I have a romantic relationship with someone, but then it becomes more friendly or sensual or like sexual. And I can have those relationships with different kind of people at the same time. And it doesn't mean that one is more worthy than another one.
Matilda can see a lot of benefits from living like this.
The benefits for me to have this kind of relationship structure is that I can be myself and I don't have to choose one person over another one, because I think that one person can't fulfill all your needs and they don't have to. It's important to me that they or I don't need to think that I'm not enough, because you are in the relationship. Even if you need more physical touch and that person can't give you that, then you might have another person that you have the physical touch with, and it's okay.
Like with any type of relationship, this requires some things from the people who are in them.
When you have relationships like this, it's important to communicate and be open about your feelings and your needs, and also talk about the other person's feelings and needs, so you know where you are at and how much time you need to spend, or if there's anything special that you need to think about at that moment.
Okay, let's hear a little bit more about Matilda and how she realized that this fit her.
I think I've felt this way like since I first started dating people, but I didn't realize and I didn't understand the feeling. When I was 17, I started dating a man and I thought I felt love towards him, but it took me a couple of years and then I fell in love with a friend who is a woman, that I realized, I'm maybe not romantically interested in men, even though I'm sexually interested in them, but the romantic feelings I have towards women or non-binary. And in my relationships, I've always been like, but wouldn't it be nice to have an open relationship? And my partner was like, nah. Or they said yes, but they didn't mean yes. Because when we started experimenting with the open relationship, because I was the one who wanted the open relationship, they came back at me and was very upset. So I realized that maybe I need to have this kind of openness in a healthy relationship, because I wasn't in a healthy relationship before, and that they know this about me beforehand.
Now Matilda has another approach to starting poly relationships that works a bit better for her.
When I moved to Gothenburg 2.5 years ago, I started using Tinder. It's a very good app to use. I like it anyway. But it's also, I think it's hard to use it because it's like selling yourself. It's like I'm a product and I don't want to be a product. But by using Tinder, I had the possibility to write that I was searching for friends or physical touch or something more, or it was very flowing, and that I could write that I was poly and queer. So the people that liked me back was aware of that. So that was the first time I started experimenting with it on my own terms, and it felt good. And since then I have had one relationship that's been ongoing for a longer time and that feels very safe, and we can communicate very well. We don't live with each other, and that's also important for me. I want to live by myself because I can have difficulties to maintain my own integrity and listen to my needs when I live with someone else. By my definition of being poly, I can choose to live by myself and still have different relationships and love people in my own way. Alongside being together with other people, I also have a relationship with myself and can take care of myself first before the other people, which I think is important for me.
So does she think that being poly would be beneficial to everyone?
I am not sure if anyone could open up their relationship, because I don't think that everybody wants to. And if you don't want to, then I don't think it's the right thing to do. But if it's something you want and you can communicate with your partner, then I think it's possible. Communication is key.
She's also been lucky enough to not meet any prejudice from people around her.
I haven't met any prejudice about talking about me being queer or lesbian or poly, and that I'm very happy for. The strongest reaction I had was when telling the family that I'm working with that I was telling a story about something and mentioned my girlfriend having a husband. And they were like, "What? Does she have a husband?" And I was like, "Yes, she does. We have an open relationship." Otherwise, people have been very open and not mentioning it in a hard or difficult way, or like it's something to talk about, because it's not. Or if they are curious about something they've been asking, but it's not like in a bad way.
To sum up, listen again to how it has enriched Matilda's life living like this.
I think for this moment, where I'm now, this is the right way for me to live, to listen to myself and my own feelings. If looking back to the relationships I had before, or when I was younger, I didn't listen to my own feelings. I'm very much a people pleaser and takes care of everyone else instead of myself. And by doing poly relationships, I had the possibility to have a relationship with myself, as I said before, to listen to what I need. And that's the most important thing, I think, that you listen to what you need and how you feel about it.